Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hard 100, a video series documenting the culling of my collection from what it is to what it's going to be, and that is a Hard 100 games. Every once in a while, I will play a game that I haven't played in a bit, and I am immediately reminded about how much fun it is. Recently, I played a game that I haven't played in a while, and I was actually thinking about getting rid of it until I played it again and realized this game is really cute. This game is fun. Let's just get right into it. Let me see if I can do that thing that Rodney Smith has been doing, and I think it's really neat. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, first try, Takenoko. Takenoko by Antoine Bauza, Nicholas Fructus, Pixel, and Yuio is a game in which you and up to 3 other people are trying to make up for the mistakes of others. You are basically a player, kind of this god character looking at a garden, trying to build bamboo as a gardener and also eat bamboo as a panda and also kind of make the garden yourself. I don't really know what's going on. The game is just... this game is good. The game is very, very simple. On your turn, you are going to roll a beautiful wooden die that is the weather. This weather will do anything from making bamboo grow, to letting you use actions of the same type every turn, to giving you a special tile you can put on the other tiles. And then we use 2 actions. They can't be the same action unless you roll the die on the die that says you can have 2 actions of the same action, but you roll 2 actions. These actions are moving the gardener. If you move the gardener, he has a possibility to make bamboo grow. If you move the panda had eat that bamboo. You can get irrigation channels, you can draw cards, or you can build the garden. Now, why am I doing all of this? Because there are objective cards, and this is the main thing that drives the game forward. Your objectives come in 3 varieties. There are the plot objectives. These are a certain layout that needs to be done in order for you to complete that objective. So for example, I would need the greens to be laid out in such a way as to give me the points. Then there are your gardener objectives. These are the things that the gardener is trying to achieve by having certain bamboo grow in certain parts of the board, and there are other various restrictions. Usually I'm trying to look for a bamboo stalk that is 4 high or 2 different colors or anything different kind of things. And then there are the panda objectives. Now the panda, when he eats, it goes into his little panda stomach on your beautiful little player mat, and you're trying to have eaten a certain type of bamboo and a certain number. It's all very, very simple. I know it may sound a little complicated, but it's all very simple. So you have the 3 types of objectives, and you are completing them all kind of at the same time, and they're all secret. At the end of your turn, if you have completed any of the objectives, you boop, lay the card down, you're like, oh, I did it, and the game ends after a certain number of objectives have been met, depending on how many players are in your game. Let's talk about the objectives individually and how interesting they are. Now, the plots. Laying that down is a very simple matter of pattern recognition. Oh, I need this pattern here, but the pattern isn't enough. You also have to irrigate, and this is the only little twinkle in the game design that you may have to explain to someone. The center tile is a magical fountain of beautiful wonder. Anytime you build around that with your garden, it automatically grows a stalk of bamboo, and then anytime you would grow subsequent bamboo, you actually stack them on top of each other. It's very, very beautiful. So the plot cards, they usually have to be irrigated, in which case you take them little blue sticks and you have to march a line, train style, all aboard the Panda Express to get all the way to the tile in order to irrigate them. A tile is irrigated if it has a side with one of the irrigation channels, or if it has a little icon thing on it. And you could also put those on if you got them from a die. It sounds a little complicated, but it's actually super easy, and it's just really easy to understand once you get into it. And then the gardener growing the things, that can be kind of a hassle because the panda is also eating things, and when the panda eats things, that's okay. It's just a reason to move all the stuff around and try to get the objectives. The closest game I can compare this to is probably Ticket to Ride, when you're trying just to get routes and that kind of thing. But then when you're looking at the board and you have this beautiful garden and you're moving these cute little pandas and little gardeners around, and when the game ends, after someone reaches a certain number of objectives, you take the Emperor card, gives you an extra 2 points, everyone adds up your points, and you win. So the idea is, do I go for the quick and dirty things because the green things are usually easier to get? Or do I go for the red ones because the red ones are harder to get but they're worth more points? I could miss out on that because I don't get everything, but if I go for the green ones, I might not have a big enough score in order to win. It's really good. Housekeeping. 2 to 4 players. Now, I played this with as little as 2 and as many as 4. It's the same game every time. There is less planning you can do with higher player counts. I feel like the sweet spot is about 3, and it's really fun either way. But really, this isn't a game you play to win. It's a game you play to play. And oddly enough, the scores will all be very, very close together. 45 minutes, it's a very quick game. It's rolling a die, doing your actions, and moving on. By the time your turn comes around to you, you already know what you're trying to do, and you know what other people are trying to keep you from doing because you have your objective cards. You're just trying to do these things. Do the things. Don't take forever on your turn. Just do the things. And then ages 8 and up, okay, don't swallow the bamboo. It's not real bamboo. Now, Takenoko comes with this wonderful little comic book on the front about why you have to do what you do, and he was actually a gift, and then the monster's just eating. Ah, it's so cute. And there are expansions with little baby pandas, and it's so cute too, but I don't have it because I don't really care. But Takenoko on its own is one of those games that you forget that you enjoy playing. It's simple, it's charming. When you sit down to play it, you're just like, oh, that's so cute. It's a simple design. It is, I know people throw this around like, oh, it's a so-and-so killer. Takenoko is a Ticket to Ride killer. Even though I do love a good train game, I feel like this does the things that Ticket to Ride does as far as trying to complete objectives and routes, and makes it, honestly, more family friendly, more inviting. Look at this guy. Look at this little panda with a little umbrella. Look, it's so cute. Takenoko and Antoine Bauza, you can't go wrong with him. I have a whole bunch of his games that I do love. I don't know, not really a lot to say about Takenoko that hasn't already been said. Golden Geek 2012. Game is old, game is great, game is in my hard 100. I am super excited to play this game every time. It's cute, it's fun, it's simple to teach, simple to play. It's just one of those, I don't even say it's a gateway game. I don't even want to say it's a family game, because I feel like when you start saying those kind of things, you are trying to put justifiers on why you like a game. No. Takenoko is a really good game, full stop. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on this, the latest edition of the Hard 100. This game is perfect for my shelf. It's just a good game. Better than good. Better than bad, it's good. Reference. So thank you so much for joining me on this latest edition of the Hard 100. Go pick yourself up a copy of Takenoko. This is one of those games you'll see everywhere, and you'll be like, oh, that's cute. Should I play it? And the answer, yep. Thank you so much for joining me. Peace out. You and yours well. Peace out here, not there.